Welcome to the George's FTTV YouTube channel. Today we'll discuss all things round 6, our trades, how our players went, and a few hot topics like some forwards. Do you want to grab a forward, get a forward rookie off the field? Do you want to grab Sam Walsh? I think he'll be a popular trade in this week. Stewart's gone down. Do we wait for him? Unfortunate if you have him. So it'll be an interesting week of trades. So we'll see a lot of different moves. If you don't have Hugo Garcia, he was the one to go early on, it looks like. I think people will bring him in. And then it's McAuliffe, Jury, and Biggie. So we'll discuss that too. So a lot to discuss. This week, we scored 1,930. We dropped in the ranks 400 to 5,422, which is okay-ish. We'll see what happens as the dust settles in the next 2 or 3 weeks with the best 22s, and then we'll probably get a better reflection just because, all these best 18s have, crammed a lot of scoring or ranks. So I think I saw someone in my leagues ranked 5K, and he's like 10, 20 points ahead of me or something. So there's not a lot in it. I think it might have been 10 points actually. So yeah, 10 points ahead of me is 5K. So 400 ranks, 10 points, just ridiculous. So yeah, we'll let the dust settle over the next few weeks. But yeah, we'll discuss a few things. So last week, our trades were, we brought in a half forward. I can't believe this. This happened to us last year. So we brought in Merritt for 660. It was tracking okay and got shoved forward. McHenry tagged him. Now, he did flag in the preseason that he might spend a bit of time forward to give the kids a go, and that's kind of what happened. I didn't really believe it because it didn't happen yet, but oh boy, all the value everywhere, and we paid right at the top for Zach Merritt. But I mean, he probably would have gone 130, 135 if he actually stayed in his preferred role. But yeah, this happened last year. We brought him in. He played 44% CBAs, lowest by mile. This week we bring him in. He plays 60% CBAs, lowest by mile. But yeah, McHenry tag was odd. Like, the tag wasn't even good. It was illegal tackle based, illegal tag. Like, I'm Crow support. I don't really want to see McHenry in the team anymore, to be honest. But he basically just tugged his jumper, and probably Merritt should have got a few more frees. But that's fine. And the Crows, of course, we lose like that again. It's just common now. But I was pretty numb to the Crows' loss actually. Which could be worse. Could be North, no offense, but I was so happy that we beat Carlton the week before, and then, to lose like that, I was just like, yes, whatever. We had a good win last week and lost to the umpires many times before, but probably Essendon was slightly better on the day anyway, so it's what it is. Now, we brought in Merritt, we brought in Graham, who everyone, I'm sure, brought in 51% of people, so it's probably how many people were left playing. We brought in Closey the week before, and we brought in... I forgot. No, we did 2 trades. We just brought in those 2 players, and we traded out Jai Clark and Sanders. Yeah. Sanders was sub. I mean, I think we all are frustrated with Bevo, but I think Sanders not playing was probably the right call in the end, but I think subbing him off wasn't the right at the time a few weeks ago, but that's fine, move on. But I think Sanders did get the DPP. Yeah, he did, but he just doesn't look like he's best 22, so he's gone. But I dare say if they get a few injuries, he could be like a cheap forward F7 for us at some point, but that's if he breaks into the team. So I think McRae, Riley Garcia played well. Libba's coming back. It's going to be tough for him. But yeah. So those were our trades. We'll probably boost this week. So defense is fine. I hate owning Whitfield a lot. Whitfield's 3 round is 93. Roberts' 3 round is 98. I honestly wonder, am I trading Roberts or Whitfield at the buy? We'll see. Whitfield's problem is he's just so uncontested. He's a great DT pick. His SC is pretty average, but I keep saying 107 post buy last year, so hopefully he does that. D'Ambrosio was subbed, got some nice scaling, which we take. I think we'll just hold him for one more. Zach Williams probably going to trade. Just to, I don't know. Is he do they manage him with a sub from here on out? Is this a serious concern? Had he pull up? Apparently pulled up okay. Does he even play? If he doesn't play, he's gone. But this has really hurt his cash gen. Even if he averages like 85 for the next 3 games, which is probably unlikely, and he was probably tracking for like a 50, 55 score anyway, or 66, I guess, sub to halftime with a bit of scaling. But I think he's definitely potential hold. But yeah, this 33 has absolutely killed his cash. Let's look at projections. So if he goes like 65, he loses money basically. No, he goes up like 1k from there. So he can go. I've had enough. Closy's been excellent. I guess we all have him and fielding him, so it's whatever. Midfield's fine. Look, this was the timing was wrong with Merritt. I guess we panicked because he plays Anzac Day, who he always does well on. Plays West Coast, and West Coast are probably not as bad as what we thought, but we'll see. I think Fit McGovern, Fit Yo, Harley Reid in there. Waterman's playing unreal. It's makes a massive difference. GWS or whatever at the moment. Don't think their midfield depth is that good. And then after that, it's like North and Richmond. So yeah, kind of panicked. Thought he wouldn't fall, but you know his coach put him half forward, so. Now he will, which is fantastic for us. Bont's fine. They kicked 3 goals. Steele, I wouldn't worry about Rowan or Steele this week. A bit of a write-off with the 3 games in 11 days. So hopefully that doesn't happen again to any other team, because that is pretty bad. Strong's doing okay. 5 round 117. That's pretty much what we've got him for. So 320k for 5 round of 117. It's okay. Like, not too upset about that. Green's been very 3 round 87. So been a bad starting pick now. Started well, but had the bye. It's going to drop so much money, but I think hopefully he responds. Brought back Nick Martin. We were very close to going Hayden Young back in, but fortunately for us, we went Nick Martin. Got him back, and he looks good. So I don't know. He could be anywhere between I'd say D3 or 4 until like D10, I think. But I think he'll be good enough. So I think last week I didn't love his game, but this week, kicked the goal. Got a lot involved he gets involved a lot through the middle of the ground, pushing up pretty high. So it's a slightly different role to traditional halfback, I think, but plays it well. So that's fine. Matt Crouch comes back, so probably always going to go down when we've got a 530k player on the bench. What happens with him, I'm not sure with the CBAs. So DFS CBA. Let's look at the Crows. So Rankin took a lot of CBAs. Saligo pretty much max CBAs. Laird pushed out again, which I think will continue. For Laird to be pushed out with no Crouch would be a worry if you have him, so I'd trade him. And then Dawson, 80% CBAs. So sorry if you asked me about Dawson, whether to hold or trade. I would have traded, I think, but maybe there's no point. I guess last week I wouldn't have, because it's too late. I would have done it long ago, but is there a correlation between Dawson and Crouch? I don't think so. Maybe a little bit last year, but maybe it started this year. I don't know. But the midfield dynamics totally changed from last year. You know, Laird's out of there, Rankin more, Saligo more. I don't think Rankin will get 70% every week. So that's the thing with Rankin as well. You might be looking at Rankin. I think he'll be fine, but he had 12 touches and probably kicked a clutch goal. So I don't know. If he doesn't kick that, he's probably scoring like 65. So, but he will kick goals every week. So yeah, don't know on Rankin, but I think Crouch will be back, and I think his CBAs will be 55. They might be 55% again with low tog. It is what it is, but you could have traded, but I just had struggling to make progress with the team, wanted to save the boost, so we'll move on. Like, I don't really want to put 100k on top of a player that's keeping a rookie off the field. I want to put that 100k towards getting a rookie off, if that makes sense. I think it's the time of the year to do that. But we took Darcy Wilson's 68. Rucks, I mean, Mika's like kicked 2 goals. Sherry beat him pretty soundly, to be honest, or Sherry. And Grundy went really well. So we've traded Young, Martin, and Grundy, and the week after we traded him, all 3 have pretty much averaged between them 140 or 145. So not really learning a lesson with trading premiums, but I guess Grundy had the bye, didn't look great, but maybe was playing a bit sore or something, so it looks really good today. Meg's ticking along okay. I mean, yeah, 2 goals, pretty lucky. Heaney 98 had a bad DT to SC ratio, so this is his worst score by a mile. That's fine. Flanders is good. Pow is a concern, kind of. Just gonna pretend it's not. And then Harley Reid. I mean, it's hard to justify keeping Pow over Harley Reid at this point, but yeah, Reid's averaging the 90 now, so didn't really see this coming. Sort of penned him in for like a Horn Francis type, where probably tops out at 350k, but yeah, played unbelievable. Highlight reel's already incredible, so yeah, if you're West Coast, you can kind of see the wheel sort of turn. Maybe relying a little bit on older guys like a Yo and McGovern, but yeah, you'd be very excited with Harley Reid. Incredibly, yeah, very happy. Dempsey, now I watched the first half of this game, so usually he starts forward and goes onto the wing, and he played the entire first half in the forward line, and it was like deep forward out of the bloody square, which is bad because we need him up the ground more. He plays in the MCG the next 2 weeks, so I'm okay holding. I feel like he's better than his last 2 weeks. I think we'll see a bounce back, hopefully, but I'm not sure. I'd be fine trading him, but we did get him for stability in the forward line to field, but we're not really getting that. And then Sam Darcy had a bad DT to SC. I think his DT was like 60 something, or 71 it was, so that was quite poor, but plays Frio. Yeah, 150, 80, 80, 50. It's averaging 75. So hopefully we can get a 75 from him. I'll be happy with that. So I think we have to field him this week. And we're going to go shopping for a player. So we could could get rid of Dempsey. No. Could get rid of these 2. And go... Oh, Dempsey as well. We could go... I don't know, let's go McRae, for example. So Jack McRae, we'll get to him in a second. That could get us... Oh, what does that get us? That gets us Dale. We could do something like that and get Garcia in. But we're completely... So our team would definitely look better like this, but do we want Dale? I know, obviously, the Saints, but scoring wasn't too bad, apart from the sub game. 87, 103, 93. This was bad, 47, and then sub. So he had one really bad game. Apart from, so don't count the sub game for a second, but 4 out of 5 above 87. I'll probably skip Dale. Probably not going to be top 10. Might not be too far off, but I think he's a good pick with the option of flipping him out. So this, if you look at his projections, 79, he'll make 40k in 2 weeks. I think he'll go more than that. And Richmond give up, so it's not a bad matchup. I think we'll skip him, but you know, I don't mind the play, so I won't do that. But I'd like to get rid of the Deadwood off the bench, so our bench looks a bit healthy, because we're going to need money. We still need Butters and Rao and Petrarca, and if you want Walsh, it's fine. And they're all like, our mid targets are just not dropping, so that's kind of why we went Merritt, but we should have gone Rao. So it is what it is. We'll go. So Hugo, no, we'll go McAuliffe. Probably going to listen to Richmond supporters on this. And then I think we'll definitely get Hugo Garcia. So happy with that. Save a bit of money. They're 117. But the other options are... Seller's not an option, but just for fun's sake, his average is... Is that 4.5? Yeah, his average is 4.5 over 2 games. So he's not going to make money at 102k. The other one is Drury. I brought him in fantasy, and I'm happy about it. He scored 100 in fantasy in round 1, so he had a really, really low break even. I think he made 70k in that format, so I'm okay with this. I watch him play. Now, the scoring power is probably not there just because, 1, he plays for North, and 2, he plays a half-forward role, which, when things aren't going your way at half-forward, things can go pretty badly, so his time on ground's pretty good. He works really, really hard, a lot of sprint efforts, runs up and down the ground, does push up a bit, higher up the ground, takes a few marks, did kick a goal. I think he's okay. I don't think he's a bad player. This would be an easier pick if he was on a better team. I think his job security is good. What does he average? It could be like between 45 and like 55, I think, which is not that great. Not fieldable. I like him better than Biggie. I think Biggie, I watched North, I'm like, how are they playing Lazaro as a sub? They have so many players playing horrific football, and Lazaro's actually not, he's playing okay at half forward. He's made a bit of money, so yeah, they just keep using him as sub. I think that's wrong, personally. And the other one is Nguyen. I don't love this pick. So, yeah, 45. Scored the 90 in round 1, 45. It's going to make a fair bit of money. I thought Core played okay in the first half, which is, good for North. And then I think Dawson's coming back. So we'll look at the AFL injury list. I can't see them dropping Combin. And by the way, I couldn't believe they threw Combin forward in the third quarter. I don't think they persist with that. I think Combin's one where he's missed so much footy. He just needs some continuity. Don't put him forward. I don't know what they're doing there. But yeah, 2 to 3 weeks away. So that'll be 1 to 2 this week. So you might only get 1 or 2 price rises. So I think Combin will stay back despite going forward. I think Core probably stays. I can see the case for them dropping Core, but I think they desperately need a senior body with experience back there. They got McDonald, but he's playing horrific. So I think Core will stay, and I think Biggie will lose his spot to Dawson. If you think otherwise, feel free to sell that to me, but I'm not going to go near him. Didn't play super well either, but he's shown he can score, and I think he got a few kick-ins. Definitely got the first kick-in, but I don't remember after that. And yeah, there's McAuliffe. So let's look at DFS Richmond. %43 CBAs. That's with no... So Hopper's a test, so he might come back. And Prestia will be 2 weeks away. Here's the thing though, Baker, does he do his CBAs hold? I'm not sure. Graham, do they even want him in the midfield? I doubt it. Thompson, Dow, I think, no, that's it's Dow. Bolton, I think they want that will continue, but do they want Thompson, Dow in the midfield? I can see them persisting with McAuliffe over Graham or Dow. It's kind of a gamble though. I can see it going either way. Could they use McAuliffe as sub? What was his... Just going to have a look at his time on ground when he played, because he was sub the first week. He's been good in the VFL, 69%. His VFL numbers are pretty good. I think we back him in to do well. His SNFL numbers are pretty good too. This is nice. 28 touches, 31 touches. Obviously different sort of level. Would have been nice to score a bit better on West Coast. 12 touches. I think that these kids, they just need a few games to get up to speed. I haven't actually watched him play, to be honest, so I couldn't actually tell you if what he looks like. So that's something I'll need to do during the week and get some advice on. So for now, it's McAuliffe. If something happens to McAuliffe, I'll go Jury, because I think he'll keep playing. Although who knows with North. So And by I think, I don't know for sure. So, yeah. And then we need probably get rid of Zach Williams. I think we'll keep Dempsey. What's Williams break even? 62. I mean, we should probably trade the. Should probably trade this over Zach Williams, to be honest, but I guess we can throw Nick Martin back and make the team look a bit better, but we need to find a trade target. So for now, we'll just go... What does this get us, D'Ambrosio? 600k. I think we'll probably hold him anyway, but we'll see what we can get. In the defense, so who do we want? We want Houston and Ryan eventually. Ryan, finally we got a down game from Ryan, which is nice. We don't really want... I think yeah, he's gone to 600k. Oh well, what did he start at? 450? 440? Something like that. I think we'll just skip Yo. I've got to stop saying durability because I think this is the year where you kind of bet on it. I guess it's context, like they have full preseason and stuff, but yeah, we'll wait for Luke Ryan. Yeah, 132. What's his projected? I mean, if he does this, it's not going to come down, but just got to hope a few down games are coming. Thought he played terrible on Waterman, but yeah, he's frustrating to watch with getting cheap kicks. Houston was a bad miss with the Adelaide Oval run, so had a ceiling game. I think his kick-ins are up too. I'm going to have a look at that quickly. Oh my god, he got 7 kick-ins. So they're giving it... Oh, hang on. How many kick-ins do they have this week? Okay, that's just higher than usual. Yeah, they kick like 20 behinds. Maybe that's why he scored so well. Regardless, he looks top 6. So we could actually get Houston if we wanted. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Plays the Saints this week too. I'll think about it. What else can we get? Yeah, I think Yo is probably fine. Looks really fit. Looks well. They're managing him a bit with his tog, so I think yeah, I'll just death roll. I'm happy to take injury risk in the forward line because I think you kind of have to. I'm not interested in doing that in the midfield or defense, as I say that with the Whitfield sitting here. But at least he's not soft tissue. I think Tom Stewart will get. So we need 3 defenders. It'll be Stewart, hopefully Ryan and Houston, and one of them can move to D7. I think we'll just go for those 3. Young with the hamstring. I really liked Hayden Young, but yeah, scored like 79 is pretty good on 50% tog. So I think he's top 6 if he stays fit. But I think now with that hamstring, I think we'll just steer clear for now. Because I don't want to take injury risk in defense. Sicily's still not bad. I watched him today. I don't think he played that well. I think he's, I don't know, not super engaged at times, but I'm sure that will be fixed. You can do worse than Sicily, but I think he'll come down a bit further. Boza's scoring well, but no CBAs, so I don't even know what his role is. Dale, you could do worse than Dale as your cheap defender, but I think we want Houston Ryan and probably grab Stewart at sub 500, provided he doesn't go massive. Just touch on projections for him. So he goes 100 over the next 3. So he goes 120, 120, 120. Probably be around the same price. I think we can wait on Tom Stewart. So he's one we'll definitely grab at that cheap price. What mids can we get for 600? Well, Walsh is staring at us in the face. Butters we can't afford. I think we've just paid up for merit, so I don't think we can really pay right now. We should have gone bloody Rao last week. I didn't know Merritt would play half forward for a quarter and a bit. Neil's doing alright, but probably will skip. Geez, Elliot O's M11. Oh my god. I don't really want Tuke. His DT's not that good. His DT's under 100 at the moment, but his SC's a bit better. Don't know what it is with Tuke. I don't trust him for some reason. Like, you can do worse, so I wouldn't be upset with Tuke in my team. Cripps is doing not too bad. I want Petrarca, plays Richmond this week, so he probably hits this break even, but I think I'd prefer Rao just. Yeah, just contested balls, just absolutely nuts. But I do like Petrarca, I do want him. So I don't think there's any mids we want. I think Anderson's, like, if he gets cheap enough, maybe. I think down game, got tagged. Wouldn't worry too much about it. Nice run coming. He'll probably go big in one of those games, but wouldn't stress. Gordon, dunno. Not sure. Not looking likely. And Laird we don't want. Doesn't matter how cheap Laird is. I'm not picking him this year. Been great for us, though. And then Dawson's right here. Yeah, people keep asking me. Like, I honestly don't know. Like, he went on basically a 10-game streak of not going over 120. And now he's just gone 50 points over that. Like, I can't... Like, I don't know what you're going to get from Dawson. It's just so confusing. His role was a bit better, though. Like, instead of going forward, he was taking a few marks down back. So, instead of mid-floating forward, it was mid-floating back, which is way better for his scoring. Way better. Crouch comes back in. Does that affect him too much? I don't think so. What was this contested ball? Let's have a quick look. So his contested's dropped with Crouch in the team, so maybe that affects it, like maybe a little bit, but I don't know. So there's Dawson there. I think Dawson's a fine pick. I don't know though, like I'm just confused as to why this start of the season's happened, but I think Roll was better at least, and he looked better, so yeah, kudos if you held him. So could go Dawson or Walsh. I probably, yeah. Walsh looks like... Walsh is... Yeah, the good thing with Walsh, you can... The only thing that can go wrong with Walsh, I think, is his back. So, if you look at his CBAs this year, wouldn't worry about Chera coming back in. 76%. Last year, 55%. And he had an injury game at halftime here. So, and yeah, in the finals when he started cooking more CBAs. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he does 120. Not at all. But, yeah, he looks really fit. It's just, is the back going to flare up? Is he going to pull up well every game? I wish I knew. Like, if you're at Carlton, it'd be good to know how he's pulling up every game. But I probably won't take that risk. So, it's either Dawson, Houston. I think I want Real Petrarca, Butters in these last slots. Walsh would be okay. Walsh would be easy if I didn't have the back issues. So forwards, we avoided this last week on purpose because we weren't sure. But now we've got TPPs. It's just an interesting year for forwards. So, I mean, Zorko is the F3. It seems it's hard to not going to deny it. His buy is really bad. He shares with Peeny and Powell. I also have Green, Whitfield as well. So, I think I've got one more somewhere. Heaney, Powell, Whitfield, Sheasel, Green. So I've got way too many in that buy. So I probably, I'll think about it next week. He's going to go up, but... Oh my god. I think, yeah, I feel like you got to take risk in the forward line. Or you can, if you've got a Fife or something here, you can just keep fielding that. So you've got Reed here and Fife here, and I don't know, you've held Jackson, you got Power. That would be not too bad. You can just ignore that and just go for, Stewart's coming down. If you like Dawson, you can sort of just pick up value like that. If you like Walsh, that sort of thing. Power's still averaging 93. What's his 3-round? It's 81. I mean, it's not even that bad in the forward line, to be honest. yeah, you'd want a bit more from him. This is like I'm not even gonna think about it until the buys. His DT was fine, 82 sort of. The Tog's okay. I think Will Phillips, how did he go? It didn't do much. Low Tog. Yeah, I don't know. The entire midfield's a disaster. They've drafted so heavy there, it's not working. What else do we have? I mean, key forward like Charlie Curnow is probably not bad. Bolton, Mackay's there. Taylor Adams went down with an injury and came back on. I don't know what happened, but yeah. His Tog's quite low, Adams. But he's scoring okay. So I think you can do worse than Taylor Adams, but he does have that horrific buy. Yeah, 87 of 67% Tog. I guess part of the bad Tog was the injury. I'm semi-interested in Adams, to be honest. Like, I might look at it like 60 break even. I place Hawth. Yeah, place Hawth on MCG. I'd like to find out what his injury was, because I've never been a big fan of the Adams, but I'm considering it for that price. I really like Cordwell. I'm getting Cordwell in fantasy. He scores a bit better there. I can't see them taking him. Like, I think his CBAs will lose a bit, but I think, yeah, this is a bit of a worry for Merritt, because they got Perkins in there to come back. Perkins and Setterfield. I don't know what the mix looks like when they're both back, but I really like Cordwell's game. I think it'd be silly to take him out the midfield, and Durham was really good too. So it's interesting to see what they'll do. Yeah, he's a bit better DT scorer, I think. Yeah, had like 0 clangers. Probably had career game against the Crows with no Setterfield and stuff. Yeah, a bit more confident in other formats, but I do like him. He looks pretty good. Don't know about SC though. 3 round 184. I like him. I think he's good. I think he's way better midfielder than Rankin, but Rankin's much better forward, obviously. But I don't know. Rankin had 12 touches. I just don't know on Rankin. Like, is the CBAs? Is he actually going to score better with the CBAs, or was he just like a better forward? I don't know. But I think we'll see him use more in the midfield. But week to week, it could be. Who knows? So I'm probably going to sit out on Rankin, but I think you can do a lot worse. Like, I don't think he'll be that far off top 6 if he's not. We'll probably just get McRae, to be honest. So obviously, a lot of plays have like risk, like, you know, Rankin forward mid-time split. He's done a hammy last year. Zorko 35. I think DR was saying on this video that he's carrying injury, or like he might have to manage injuries throughout the year. I don't know, but I guess halfback is a bit easy, but not too sure. You know, Jackson forward ruck time. What's it going to be? Is it going to get worse? Adams interrupted preseason. Well, apart from the knees, actually had pretty flawless preseason. So obviously, pretty shocking soft tissue history. I guess McRae, is he best 22? I can't believe we're saying that, but he's still 29. Looked good. Lieber's got to come back. So it's very risky, I think, but I think we'll get rid of Williams instead. Just for the time being. So at this stage, the plan is to go for McRae. I think 480k with a break even of 60. I can see it going wrong, but it's McRae or Cordwell at that price, I think, or Adams. I think I want to see Adams again. Let's check his CBAs. Mm-mm-mm. 41. I think I want to see it again, because he didn't score super well. Yeah, I want to see that go up. I don't know if it does though. They can't take Heaney out, I don't think. Rowbottom will stay in, Warner will stay in, Adams. Mills is coming back too. I don't know what they do post buy. So it's Cordwell or McRae. Maybe Cordwell we wait and pay a bit extra until all the players come back. Whereas McRae, I think even with Lieber coming back, like, how bad can this be if he's playing alright? Like, he did play awful the other week against West Coast and was sub 87 against when they got hammered. But if you look at their fixture, Richmond, Hawthorn next 3, pretty good. Marvel, like 5 Marvel games in a row. MCG's not too bad. It's a little risky, but this money will mean we can do 1 up, 1 downs. We don't even have to use a final boost. I think we'll save that boost for a rainy day. Or if we get like a lot of rookies come through. So hopefully 1 up, 1 down, Cadman and Darcy. I don't know to who though. That'd be a forward. Honestly, I have no idea. I think I'd probably take Zorko even with his buy, I think. And then we can 1 up, 1 down Mass and Dempsey, I think. I'll go like that. So I think that's how we'll line up this week. I think no real leaking in defence. I think everyone will probably field Closey. D'Ambrosio and Dempsey, I'm not confident they're going to put up good scores. I think D'Ambrosio at least 60 if he doesn't get subbed. And Dempsey, hopefully MCG seems to play well on that ground. Yeah. I hope they play more up the ground, because if they don't, that's kind of sucks for us. And then we'll just field Darcy, because I don't really know who I want to get. It's probably Zorko we'll look at next week. But maybe it's better we go Zorko this week and McRae next week when we get a look at... Yeah, or do we even not take the risk with Zorko? Because they're all risky in their own regard, but something to think about. Anyway, I hope you had a good week. That's all from me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.